Hey guys, what's up? Recently put up a little comparison of a front lat spread that I was getting. I was a few weeks out from 2018 Nationals on, and then this past summer another front lat spread when I was getting ready for Coburg Naturals. That was supposed to happen in September, and I was about 14 weeks out. There's a lot of response on what training plan that I followed, or if there was a specific type of training split that I followed to put on mass or for growth. So I'm going to break down a little video of, again, another broad overview of what a good training split might look like. So I don't think there is an ultimate training split. I'm pretty sure that all competitive bodybuilders will agree that there is no specific training split that's a one-size-fits-all sort of thing, but there are definite sort of guidelines that a good training split should encompass. So as long as your training split has these next things that I'm going to explain to you, you should be in an environment to promote hypertrophy. So as long as you're in a caloric surplus, as long as you're getting enough rest, as long as you're taking care of your recovery, these are the sort of things that you should look for in a training split to promote mass gain or muscle accrual, however you want to break it down. So let's start with the 5 most basic things. So definitely number 1, make sure you're getting stronger. Number 2, make sure you're training with good form. Number 3, make sure you're training at a decent frequency according to your goals. Number 4, make sure you don't go crazy high with volume. And number 5, on the other hand, make sure you're not going too low with volume. Beyond that, you want to ensure that every single session in your training split, and especially every workout, is going to challenge the muscle from 2 different aspects. A very, very heavy aspect, and then also a metabolic component. So whether it is tried and true progressive overload, or it's just a very heavy load-bearing movement that you're working at low reps to failure or very close to failure, you want to contain that in every single workout, but you also want a metabolic component, whether it's supersets or trisets, whether it's a massive drop set, it's rest pause. Any way to extend a set is generally a good way to get a metabolic component into it. You'll also want to ensure that you have a variety of different training principles throughout the training split. Whether it's a multitude of them in a certain workout, might not be for you, or maybe it is, but you want to make sure that you're hitting a variety. So it doesn't necessarily have to be at the tail end of a workout where you include supersets or a big drop set or multiple or a long rest pause set. You want to make sure that there's enough variety in those training principles that you're not going to quit the split obviously due to boredom, or you're just not going to stagnate in terms of progress as well. So the last thing I would say that you need to ensure is in a successful training split is exercise selection based on what your physique needs. So looking back at contest photos from last time I competed back at 2018 Nationals, obviously my upper body was lagging. So pretty much in every single training block or training split that I've had, whether it be a 6-week, a 8-week, a 12, a 16, whatever it is, there's been no shortage of programmed sets for rows, for pull-ups, for pull-downs, for presses, for incline presses, for overhead presses, you name it. A lot of people, if they're struggling with developing legs, it might be squats, it might be leg press, it might be hacks, it could be whatever it is, right? Obviously, it's highly variable, but you need to assess your own physique and what you want. So what my goals are might not be for yours, and vice versa. So do you want bigger legs? Well, what part of the legs do you want to key in on? Is it quadriceps? Is it hamstrings? For your upper body, for me it's everything, but for you, is it lat width? Is it back thickness? Is it chest? Is it deltoids? Obviously, you want to have exercise selection corresponding to what your goals are. So I guess there are no absolutes when it comes to a training split, in my opinion. Obviously, if Mr. Olympia had a training split and it was one size fits all, everyone would be following Mr. Olympia's training split. But that's just not how it breaks down, unfortunately. So those are the things that you do want to ensure. Those are the basic guidelines. Obviously, you can get a lot more advanced based on your own trial and error and your own observation over time. Are you tracking everything? Are you a proponent of progressive overload? Are you someone that doesn't really like to have anything set in stone? Are you a little bit more instinctual when you train? All those things have a little wiggle room. But as far as a very broad and generic statement goes, again, that's what I feel the guidelines should be for a successful training split in terms of muscle accrual. So thanks again, and we'll talk soon.